Well, I'm so excited to show you this house. It is really a lot of creativity in this spot, some really fun and different things. So first I can tell you the family has been here for 17 years. And before this, they lived in an apartment in San Francisco. So when they were coming here to New England, they were looking for something quite different, quite traditional. And what they found was a wonderful spot. There's a skating pond across the street, a neighborhood full of children that run from house to house, and just beautiful space and woods all around. But the house was not exactly what they had in mind. It was much newer, and so they have done a lot to it to give it an old New England feeling. You'll see this whole porch is new, the barn to the side. I mean, lots of touches to take it from the Garrison Colonial that it was into this quite old feeling place. They've replaced things too. You'll see as we go through the Dutch door, those wavy glass side lights, lots of antique details. They love to scout antiques around here, and they travel a lot too and bring back finds from around the world. Isn't this just wonderful? This asymmetrical, more unusual take on Christmas decorations. I just love it. I love scale, and wow, does this have it. This is a big branch that they found out in the woods, probably right around here, and it's so beautiful lit. And then look at these rustic lanterns that are hanging from it. I mean, this house is full of, you'll see rustic things, a lot of creativity. And then some little simple things. We're going past some white pine, some beautiful berries, holly berries, winterberry, and then up to the front door, just fabulous. Look at this supple white pine bough arching right over. I mean, it's beautiful, perfect for the door, but also what a white pine can do, which I always think is wonderful when you're really respecting what a plant itself can do, and how it sweeps up and over and then goes right down into the other planter. Just fabulous. And then the balls full of lights, and this cute dog, and this festive rug, and then this very welcoming door with the wreath, with what a cunning little scene there with the bird on it. Let's take a look inside. Well, we'll go right under this lucky horseshoe. As we come in, you'll see, I just love a Dutch door, and that's what they have here. Of course, something that they found and added. That sort of touch you'll see throughout the house. Well, I'm so excited to be in this wonderful entryway. So much to look at and tell you about here. This graceful banister going up with the garland coming down. With this scale, there's a lot of wonderful scale in this house. These big bells, and this big urn with these wonderful logs and berries and everything coming out of it. And below it, the poinsettia and the big goose with that lovely wreath around its neck. Wonderful Christmas touches. And then some things that I think, I wonder if they're always here, or they're specially brought out for Christmas, like this deer's horn and the picture of the deer, that silhouette right there, and then a very special nativity over here, really quite unique. I mean, this homeowner, this family travels a lot, and she brings back things that she loves. She picks up things she loves everywhere they go, and it does make for such a personal collection and quite eclectic, even in some ways almost eccentric feel to the house. So under all this layering of Christmas, of course, is a wonderful, wonderful space. I just love this wallpaper. It is historic looking in a way. It quite looks like the silhouettes that she loves so much. But at the same time, with this deep contrast, the lights and the darks, it's quite a modern approach. and perfect for the breadth of this hall. Contrast again in the dark to the light, and then all this wonderful historic detail that they've added to this newer house to really make it look old. Well, I don't want to leave this space without looking up at this really great Fortuny lamp, and that they brought with them from San Francisco, and it is just really handsome. So as we go around, I'll show you another piece from her collection. I mean, this is a wonderful collection of hats. And I think she gets a theme and just has an eye for picking up the best and what will look best together. What is really the most fun, and then she has such a knack for assembling everything. And I love the way she's added these little holiday references throughout. Of course, this lovely dark color wall with a light trim, it really adds snap and really a vivacious feeling even to this space. So I want to show you the dining room. I mean, this is her favorite room, and I have to say it is mine too. It has tons of personality, and you know, you can't help but be caught up in this wonderful wall of silhouettes. This is something she loves to collect, and it is full of memories. Of course, it feels full of life with all of these people, but for her, it also is full of life because they've been given to her by family, marking all of the important birthdays and holidays and celebrations. So they have all those memories besides all the implied memories in all of these faces. Again, black and white, as we'll see, are dark and light through this house. Really gives it snap. And I love the color that they've picked for the walls in here, especially with these blacks and brown blacks. This is Farrow and Ball's setting plaster. And we've seen one of these pinks in a previous house. And again, I think it may be the coming thing. It is so flattering to skin tones. And I think this whole range of nudes, all the different true skin colors in the world are going to be maybe our next paint trend. So let's look at more of this room. It's so special. Again, it's very snappy because of all the contrast. And again, the black of the door, white of the trim, and even her china is this very unusual navy blue and cream off-white. Lots of unusual, as is so much in this house, very special. A wonderful Christmas touch. Then she showed me, this is a fellow she's found. She was taken with him. He's such a happy little fellow, she said. And I agree, it's just such a nice attitude to have smiling down on you in the dining room. And everywhere she's put together wonderful touches for Christmas. That just looks so delicious to me. But again, adds this sort of sparkle as you look around and see bits of all the festive things to come. Another take on the off black and cream. Just so many ways that there are in this space of interpreting that. You know, it really maybe all springs from this silhouette. I just feel it enlivens this space so beautifully. Oh, and some nice baby cups and all of her treasures from so much hunting in antique shops, but also attics and barns and everywhere on her travels around the world. Wow, so I just love the little vignettes that are throughout this house. These compositions that the owner has made with some disparate things, some things that have a theme. This is a reference to the Alcotts. There's this really charming photo, it looks like, tinted photo of the Orchard House, and an early edition of Little Women right here. And I think the rest is just picking up the spirit of things she feels go with that. I mean, these wonderful silhouettes. I do know that those are sisters. And then this, it looks like a naive painting, but it actually is a new painting in that style. Gorgeous box with she's just left the treasures that were in it when she found it. And then that interesting piece of coral, that beautiful piece of coral in the back. It's just so wonderful to see her creations and assemblages. Well, look at these wonderful treasures. There really are around this house so many collections of just very special things, interesting things to look at, really interesting. And the owner travels a lot, and she brings back the things she loves and then assembles them in a way where it's also interesting to see her eye. I mean, there's that Hudson River painting. There's this wonderful Moroccan necklace. There's this Victorian beading. There's this modern rustic bird. It really is, it's so eclectic. I might even call it eccentric. The sort of collection that you'd see much more on tables in England than here, but it's so fun to see right here in Concord. So follow me into the kitchen. It is such a fun space. I mean, it's so gracious and open all the time, but the owner has turned it into this really fun candy land for kids. She's created these snow globes everywhere, and they have such cunning scenes in them. I hope you have a chance to take a closer look at these little snowy, fun scenes, perfect for children, but I am really intrigued too, and I love her collection of many, many different types of globes. And this yummy candy, I mean, it's really tempting for me, and I think it would be for children too. Let's take a look around. She has just covered this space with this sort of thing. More big jars of candy and another fun scene on this mirrored background. Santa on a sleigh, and it's just these handsome wreaths. This is a big space. It is a lot to fill with Christmas and the holidays, and she's really done it with this wonderful theme. It's so pretty, reflected in these big glass jars. I mean, the scale in here is fabulous. It's a big kitchen, and it has big things in it. And over here, and this fun guy full of her greens and balls and candy and more candy and French macaron. I mean, just delicious for kids and grown-ups. A wonderful sparkly collection along here, and Christmas crackers, and then look at what she's done with her upper cabinets. She's even lined them with that green sparkly background and created these little scenes. That's true over here, and also if you follow me back over to the other side of the kitchen, it's also true in these upper cabinets. And gosh, more, there's a lady to match the gentleman on the other side. Lots of winterberry and beautiful rich pine. Now we're over to this other piece. I mean, her stove, this is so handsome. So she told me that they found this fire stove back in a Chicago. It came from a grand Chicago house, and they found it in a salvage yard. And they were really taken with this lady, this server, with her big tray of delicious things. And I don't know, she reminds me of the owner, who is very, very generous and very warm. And this lady to me has that personality. Even such a handsome hood they had designed to go with that stove bag. And at the very end of this circle, even the Peggy has a Christmas bow. I mean, it ties together so beautifully and really fun to be in. So let's go up these stairs to the barn. But on the way there, I really want to show you this butterfly nook, they call it. I mean, it's just so quirky and special to find this on the stair. I love these butterflies with, you know, the gray background, the hot pink, all those legs and details of the wing. It's another piece that is a bit eccentric, a bit different. And then to pair them with that gentleman, it's quirky and so fun. Over here, I mean, I love the way they've picked up on the butterfly theme with those real butterflies. Butterfly plate down here. And this is a great bookcase, and they've decorated it with the wonderful red truck, but it's something special too. This is a secret passageway. When they built the barn, they used this, they opened up this wall so that they'd have better access. And the owners found that they loved being able to get from one space to another that way. So they sacrificed half a closet and they built this. This is now a secret passageway to go from one part of the upstairs to the other. What fun to have in your house. Well, wow. It's going to be really great to look at all of this with you. I know the owner worked quite hard on this room, creating this rustic retreat, really cozy feeling. I mean, I have to say, even under all of this is a wonderful space. When they moved here, of course, this wasn't here. And they created this barn using old barn beams. I just love this big space. I mean, there's a cupola up there. And even all the floors came from a barn floor. So much of this was here. But this whole scene, I mean, has been a family room. It's a home office. So the whole scene was created from scratch. That's really impressive. Let's go look at the details. So first, as we go along, I mean, look at the scale of things in this room. She has found these wonderful branches outside, and there are 4 of them on these big beams, and then hung these little candles from each of them. Amazing, beautiful. Wow, and then there is this wonderful table. It would be so cozy to sit at this with all this shearling. Wow, does that ever feel good and warm on this winter's night? Even on the bench on this side, just so soft. And underfoot, there's this Flataki rug, and I can feel the softness right through my shoes. If you look at this, I mean, everything here is really textural and tactile too. The color palette is, there are these touches of red and green throughout, but really it's this collection of neutrals, these different tones, light and dark of neutrals, all with a wonderful texture. So let's look at some more of the details on this table. This great antler shed, these wonderful boughs from outside. I know these trees were made by someone in Concord who does this wood turning, and they're so great. The scale's so great going across this big table. Then over in this corner, wow, 4 big wreaths. Just the scale is so fabulous, and love this row of poinsettia underneath and that wonderful horse, flanked with those very unusual lit trees, and then in these comfortable chairs, Christmas touches everywhere. This cream and red blanket and the snowflake pillow. Wow, let's go around and explore this area. Oh, I really do want to point out, right over my head, and there's one in the back of the room, are these wonderful chandelier. The homeowner found them at Brimfield 2 years before they built this space. So she had a vision for it even then, and aren't they perfect? They fill out the space beautifully. And they were only candle holders back then. She had them wired, and beautiful details, and oh so French too. Behind it, while we're looking up there, is quite a rare 39-star American flag. The owner and her husband found that in the attic of a Maine barn that was about to be torn down. So she is hunting everywhere I can see for special things that somehow come together in her space. Over on this side of the tree is that really winter wonderland, so snowy, and I love the lighting, and can you see the old pair of skis behind? Gosh, treasures everywhere. That wonderful old angel on the drum, and an old sled right here carrying presents. Gosh, this one going to the North Pole, it says, for someone who is nice. We'll come back here and see all that she has over here too. Wow, there is definitely a deer and buck theme going on. Amazing antler and that wonderful deer and this child's chair with a wonderful old child's skates on it. And these cozy tones, tone on tone. This, she told me, is about 1900 sleigh blanket. And I love the way, again, she's looking for the brown so she can do this wonderful tone on tone story. With these accents of red, like this red table, and so many things to explore. This great old dog and wonderful old tray, again with this antler detail on it. There are just things everywhere to look at, and then softness and just, it's very handsome, this big space, and enveloping and soft at the same time. Wow, do I ever feel like lying down on those? Let's come around and look at this bar area. I just love this boar. He is great. I mean, I really have seen quite a lot of animal references through this house. I think they really are animal lovers. Just like this bird up here, but what a great spot to keep your wine cold. And super details. I mean, there really is sort of whimsy through the house to set this deer, this stag, so that he's eating all the treats in that bowl. That is just wonderful. And very charming Christmas cake. Wow, it's just beautiful, and all of this wonderful true frosting on all the greens. Father Christmas behind, and here are some fun Christmas crackers. I mean, it's a space that is really alive. I mean, you can imagine having so much fun here. A lot of vivacity in all of this space. So we've been talking about contrast as we've moved through this particular space, but all the houses, how having a light element in a room and a dark element can really enliven the whole design. How when you have brightly lit areas, how nice it is to have a dark area to really highlight the brightness in the other space. Of course, that is what's going on this time of year too. With the dark of winter, we all are leaning toward the light. I think about that wonderful feeling of walking down at Concord Street at twilight and looking at the houses lit up like lanterns, just glowing. It just seems so cozy to me. And that is a feeling I don't get any other time of year. Of course, this time of year, I also, with all the dark and cold outside, am looking inside, more thinking about the light inside myself and how I can bring that into my life and environments. And then looking out to others and looking for the light in people, in all people. So as we wrap up this wonderful collection of houses that I've so enjoyed touring with you, I hope that you find some light in your holiday season too.